Welcome to Movin' Arts. I'm Lily.
And I'm Charlene. We're going to demonstrate 3 neurostrategies that you can use in your studio today to help your dancers improve jumps, turns, and extensions.
And if you're curious to learn more about these brain-based strategies and how you can use them to work with your own dancers, then definitely check out our virtual studio. We'll put the link below.
All right, let's look at jumps. So I'm going to have Lily do some jumps in first position. Okay, so what I'm noticing with Lily here is as she's jumping, her head is kind of poking forward and back, and she's kind of using her upper body a lot to give more height to her jump. So I'm going to have her pin her chin in her chest with 2 fingers, and she's going to have to jump up and down without changing the distance between those points. Go ahead, Lily.
Oh, I already felt them change.
Interesting. Now, she can't jump as high without cheating with her upper body here, but she's getting some better isolation through her feet. So now we know we need to open up Lily's visual field. So Lily, you're going to take your hand away. You're going to close your eyes, open your eyes. Whatever spot you see is your visual target, and you're going to nod your head up and down, just keeping your eyes on that point. So here, Lily's eyes have to move up and down as she moves her head. Good. Then she's going to park her head and she's going to just jump her eyes only down and then up. And what we can do here is bring back our 2-point cue, chin and chest. She's going to jump her eyes down and up without moving her head, just her eyes. Our eyes have to be able to jump quickly up and down too as our body's jumping up and down. So quick changes of direction with her eyes. Nice. We'll hold her eyes up. We're going to bring her hand away. And then once more, she's going to nod her head up and down, keeping her eyes on that target. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to have her pin her chin and chest again. Repeat those jumps she did earlier. Yeah, and she's got a lot more strength. Now we can take the hand away. She'll still have that awareness of chin and chest. She's able to jump much higher. So Lily's going to demonstrate a grand battement derrière. Now, as your dancer's kicking their leg to the back, they're going to likely move their upper body forward in space and back. And this is absolutely allowed to happen. I'm just going to draw Lily's attention towards it right now. So Lily, move towards what you're looking at as you kick your leg up, and move away from it as you lower. Get towards whatever you're looking at and away from it. So using a visual target, a visual cue here. Then Lily, hold towards what you're looking at with your leg to the back. Now, kick your leg up and down as high as you can, but don't move towards or away from what you're looking at. Yeah, so Lily can only move in the range that she doesn't shift towards or away from the visual target, the opposite of what we were doing before. Now, this is not a pretty ballet position, but what this accomplishes is better hip isolation of the back leg here. She'll get glute activation and a stretch through the front of her hip. Then we'll come back. You're going to have the dancer repeat the grand battement, kick the leg up and down. She's allowed to shift on the target. But what you'll notice is the leg goes a little higher, and the dancer may report they feel more ease and an increased range as well.
So now we're going to unpack a brain-based strategy with turns. Charlene, let's have you take a single pirouette. Nice. Let's maybe take another one just to see how it all feels. Good. Now, what we're going to bring attention to is where there's different initiation points in the body. Sometimes the shoulder leads, sometimes the hips lead. And this is something we see as dance teachers, where the shape changes, where we don't want it to. But often dancers don't have that awareness of what is going on in their body. So I'm going to have Charlene put a hand on her shoulder and at her hip. And Charlene, let's just take some rotations here. So you're going to rotate as though you're prepping for a turn, turning your body. And you might see here how the distance is changing between Charlene's hands as she goes to rotate. Charlene, can you feel the space between your hands getting wider as you rotate the body?
Yeah, here.
Yeah. So what if we try to only rotate as much as that distance is not changing between the hands? And you might notice, if you're cueing your dancer through this, that they have to move in a smaller range. That's okay, because we're changing where they are initiating the movement from. We're changing their pattern. Now, let's integrate this with how we may spot the head. So, Charlene, let's close our eyes for a moment and open your eyes. the first thing you see is where you're going to establish your spot from. So let's whip the head around as though we're starting our spot. Whip the head around. And what we want to watch for here is, are there little shifts happening between the hands? Can Charlene integrate that sensory focus of her hands and that distance not changing with how her eyes have to mobilize in her turn? Nice work, Charlene. Okay, good. Now let's focus in on that target and take that same rotation again. Focusing on...
I went to change the distance again.
And catching those errors is exactly the kind of awareness training that we want to bring with the dancer. Good. What happens when we go into a releve? So Charlene, let's just keep the hands there and pop up into a releve. Passe releve, going up and down. Now Charlene's doing a pretty good job here, but can you feel or see any distance changes between those hands? Charlene, what are you feeling?
I feel like I flare my ribs a bit to the front.
Okay. So does that rib flare get addressed if you focus on not changing the distance between the hands? We're bringing both points up and down. Good. Now Charlene's a little hesitant here. Maybe she needs some more information with her visual system. So Charlene, let's come down here. Close your eyes again. Open your eyes to establish that spot, and we're just going to start to move our head up and down. We're opening up Charlene's visual field so that she has better access to her releve when she's moving her body up, so her eyes and her body can work in better coordination. Great. So Charlene, can we stack these two focuses? Can you shift your weight above, or come up and down, above your target, below your target, as you stay focused on it, while not changing distance between the hands. So we're moving above the target, below the target, bringing our two hands with us. Nice. And rest. So now that we've worked on addressing some of that body coordination with our visual system, let's revisit our turn. Nice. And it's always good to take a few tries to let those new patterns integrate with the brain. Beautiful.